Let me ask you a question. If business is technically doing well, why does growth still feel stressful? You're busy, revenue is moving, opportunities exist, people know your name. Yet somehow, momentum still feels harder to trust than it should. Maybe certain months feel strong, then things slow down unexpectedly. Maybe too much still depends on referrals, relationships, timing, or just being in the right conversations at the right time. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And honestly, you're probably not dealing with a lead problem. Here's what I keep seeing in relationship-driven businesses: commercial finance, real estate, professional services, B2B companies, manufacturing, businesses built on trust. The strongest operators often become victims of their own success. Because growth happens through relationships, word of mouth, repeat business, reputation. And for a while, that works really well. Until one day growth starts feeling harder to forecast, harder to predict, and harder to control. Business still looks healthy from the outside, but internally, leadership feels reactive. What makes this frustrating is, most owners can't quite explain what feels off, because technically, nothing is broken, but there's hidden friction everywhere. Wrong timing, unqualified conversations, good opportunities arriving inconsistently, momentum slowing when referrals slow, teams staying busy without clear visibility into what's actually moving. And suddenly growth starts depending on variables you don't fully control. That uncertainty quietly compounds, not just financially, mentally, operationally, strategically. The strongest operators I know eventually make one important shift. They stop asking, how do we get more leads? And start asking, how do we create more predictable momentum? That's a different question, because predictable growth doesn't come from random activity. It comes from better visibility, better conversations, better timing, better qualification, and understanding where momentum is actually coming from. Not perfect certainty, but greater predictability, enough to make better decisions, enough to reduce stress, enough to stop feeling reactive. That's exactly why I created Profit Accelerator. Not to flood businesses with random leads and not to replace relationships, but to help relationship-driven businesses create better visibility into qualified opportunities, cleaner growth systems, less dependence on unpredictable timing, and more confidence in what momentum actually looks like. Because the goal isn't just growth, the goal is growth you can actually trust. So here's the question: if growth still feels harder to predict than it should, what's the hidden cost of staying reactive? If this resonates, let's compare notes. No pressure, no hard pitch, just a short executive conversation around what may quietly be creating friction in your business. Click below and book a time. Would love to hear what you're seeing in your world. 15 minutes, no pressure, strategic conversation. Let's talk.